Hello, problematic darlings. This is a disclaimer. This particular video is not about anyone. Not about anyone. I made it all up. Enjoy. How would you feel if, after years and years of thinking you had the right one, getting married to the wrong one, ending relationships and there's no closure, you find the one, only to have it suddenly start turning into the exact same thing? How would you feel if your significant other just suddenly changed? No longer fun, active, but became mean and somewhat bullying? How would you feel? How would you feel if on a daily basis you were accused of the most outrageous things you've ever heard of in your life? Every single day someone came up to you and told you something about your significant other that you may have known or that you may not have want to have known. How would you feel? How would you feel if the I love yous became less and less and less? How would you feel if the significant other started walking a little further or a little behind? How would you feel if your significant other would go into the bathroom and make videos for someone that wasn't you? How would you feel if you're the most vain person on earth and your significant other knows that, but they quit telling you you're beautiful? How would you feel if you started to not feel beautiful? How would you feel if you felt your looks were fading? How would you feel if people were telling you in DMs and phone calls and messages that you look gaunt and unhappy? How would you feel if they were true? They were right. How would you feel if your significant other would send you to voicemail but take everyone else's calls? How would you feel if the only time your significant other got in touch with you was when they wanted money? How would you feel if you sent them money and they didn't do what they said they were going to? How would you feel if you had to pay your rent that day and they took some of your money that you were going to use? How would you feel if your significant other started making you feel bad about yourself? That you weren't smart, you weren't that attractive, that you were dumb? How would you feel? How would you feel if you were thrown out of your apartment because your significant other and your landlord had a fight and it had absolutely nothing to do with you? How would you feel if you fell down in a public place and people that were there started laughing at you and your significant other didn't do anything? How would you feel if you would rather be dead than alive? How would you feel if you knew your significant other was seeing someone else but wouldn't come out and say it? How would you feel that no matter how much your significant other promised, you knew you were never going to get that ring or get married? How would you feel if, when they did say, I love you, you knew it wasn't true? How would you feel if your significant other lost that gleam in their eye when they looked at you? How would you feel that, or if all the signs pointed towards disaster, towards misery, towards nothing but sadness and depression, that no matter what, you just couldn't leave them. And you knew none of your dreams were ever going to come true. I'm just curious, how would you feel?